Hello everyone, welcome to Agents of the Nine Hells. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Chris, I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight, and we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/DND and twitch.tv/AdventurersWanted. So, if you happen to stumble onto this channel by accident, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 6 players to me. The 6 players all round me. It's been a long day. There we go. They all have their own unique characters. Their character sheets are in front of them on various devices that tell them who they are, what they can do, their deepest fears, etc. And 9 times out of 10, what dice to roll. They're mostly rolling d20s, which is a 20-sided dice. 20s are good, 1s are bad. Everything in between is everything in between. And while they play their characters, I play everything else they're going to encounter. Archdevils, demon lords, the weather. All these things that I'm going to do at the same time as everyone else. And between me describing the story and the world and the players making choices within, we will tell our tale. You are joining us for the penultimate chapter of Agents of the Nine Hells. That's the one before the last, in case you don't know. Yeah. Cool. So, I don't know.
It comes from
cool.
Yeah,
anyway,
etymology.
The characters are about to enter the Crawling City of Gehenna and reach the end of their journey, however that end may come. Look at those faces. They look great, don't they? Those are happy people. Oh, here you go to hell. So,
hey, you go to hell. I want to see them again.
you might never see them again.
So, starting all the way over there, Toby, can you give us your name, your pronouns, your character's name, their pronouns, and how they're feeling now on the last eve?
Hello, I'm Toby Osmond. I go by he, him pronouns. And I play Andreas Doros, the Icewind Giant, other sorts of giant. Fighter, ranger extraordinaire. I think we'll all agree. Yes. I'm wearing my Kung Fu t-shirt tonight because I think we've got a fight coming, y'all. Andreas is excited. He's like a Japanese general meditating before the battle. He knows the storm is coming. He doesn't have his regular massage going on, which is a shame. Have to get back to his Avernus for spa, I suppose, but we're heading there, so things are tense. That's all I got.
Good.
That's all I got.
Hi, I'm Shamini. I use she, her pronouns. So does Perigal. Perigal is like, I've got a newfound sense of joy and fellowshipness. That's a word. And we're probably doomed, but what's being doomed when you have friends? Yeah.
Still being doomed with friends.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's D&D really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost more tragic, really.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm Grace. I use they them pronouns, and I'm playing Flutter of Wings, who also uses they them pronouns. Fluster is very, very angry at Carianth, which is Fluster's one of Fluster's 2 moods at the minute. Having in the last session found out that we've been betrayed again, and Carianth is fishing around. Fluster is now feeling that what happens in this potential last battle is maybe more important, that maybe they have someone they'd want to go home with at the end. So maybe they can't die.
Oh, when emotions get in the way of being a D&D character.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Monsoon. My D&D characters are nothing but emotions, so I don't know what to make of that. Monsoon is kind of has really struggled to keep up with all the political machinations and the various crossing and double crossings and whatnot.
Monsoon, yeah?
Yeah, Monsoon. Yeah, it's a character choice. And also hates Carianth. Carianth is like, and this is in hell. Carianth is possibly the worst. And also in the back of her head, maybe also, yeah, it'd be nice to kind of just get out of this place, go back to Waterdeep, somewhere nice, etc. Maybe not alone. No, who knows?
Hi, I'm Matt. I use he/him pronouns. I'm playing Judah Mona, who is geezer. Bit of a fat geezer. Judah has an interesting view compared to the rest of the group because they all seem to hate Carianth, whereas Judah's been in hell a long time fighting this war. And he understands that the first thing they did with Carianth was break a deal, which
I
you
agree.
literally
I'm
never
with
do
Judah.
in hell.
I'm with Judah.
And Judah really tried to stop us doing that, but no, we went with it anyway. So I'm not quite on the Carianth hate train that everyone else is on, I'm afraid. But Judah is weighing up his life choices, having fought for a long time in a war that he is now being told is definitely unwinnable. It seems like he might want to go and do something else.
Cool. I'm Emma. I'm using they them pronouns today. I'm playing Keldon, who is a life cleric of Ilmater and using he him pronouns today. Keldon is a Minotaur and is in hell to find out more about Minotaurs and their connection to Baphomet, which seems closer and further away than ever before. Yes, we shall see how that goes. Forgive me, I think I'm having an allergic reaction to milk, so I'm just going to sit here for a little bit.
Oh no. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, and I'm Chris and I use they, them pronouns. So before we kick off, this stream will run for 3 hours. There'll be a roughly 10-minute break somewhere near the middle. And we're delighted to be sponsored by D&D Beyond, the official digital toolset for Dungeons and Dragons. D&D Beyond offers a compendium with all the game's rules, lore and adventures, as well as digital tools like a character builder, digital character sheet, and an interactive Twitch overlay extension which is next to Toby's face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's so interactive.
Yeah. Press the things.
Head to dndbeyond.com for more information. We're also very, very proud to be supported by 4fans, by fans, and Ultra Pro. And the lovely people at Ultra Pro have given us some excellent metal dice.
These are so heavy.
They're good, aren't they? Big chunkies. You can win some of these on our Twitter account, Adventurers250 on Twitter. Head over there, and there is a competition you can join. And yes, do join there and win yourself some lovely, lovely dice.
If you're in the UK.
If you're in the UK,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry, postage being what it is, and metal dice being heavy. If you're in the UK.
Lost one. Pressure box up.
Sorry, antihistamines.
And we're finding antihistamines because this is how it goes. Good. Lovely.
Fantastic dress, though.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Pass it down.
Drugs. Drugs. Is that
Ooh,
yeah, there's like at least
thank
one
you.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh, is this still? Yeah, good. Sometimes they fall out.
Thank you.
Stay safe, y'all. That's the message.
Finally.
That's all. I think got away with that.
We play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a gender different from their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we acknowledge it does happen sometimes, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns should the need occur. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so please do just let us know if you think one has been missed. What?
Matt's just written uncanny
I've
dodge
just
on
read
his hand.
uncanny dodge. I got this ability last session and literally never used it. So yes.
Yeah, I've got one of those that says Hexblade's Curse and then 2 exclamation marks and Uncanny Dodge and then 3 exclamation marks.
Very wise.
Mine says, "Don't forget to give the book what you've been promising the book."
Oh yeah.
For like sessions, and I just feel like this might not happen now. And
Let's
I
kick
promised
off,
it.
shall we? Right, good. So,
Music.
at the end of the last episode, Bundor, your helpful dwarf buddy, Johnny Chiodini for those who don't know, just dropped you off in his marvellous lava excavation digging machine outside the edge of the Crawling City. A city that is quite literally crawling on a series of demonic and devilish hands that have been severed and attached underneath it. As the city is crawling its way across the surface of Gehenna, quite slowly, you've all been dropped off with Carianth, and Bundor's siege engine monstrosity is just driving away behind you.
What's real?
What did we say we were going to do with our rest?
You were going to have a long rest before going up a side entrance, which Carianth has promised to show you, leading directly to the general himself.
Because it's just really slow, right?
The city's very, very
so we
slow.
can just have a nap and then it'll still just be like over there.
The city does move, and over the course of 8 hours would move some distance. So if you wanted to, you could approach and find a space on the outskirts, or maybe next to this side door that you could rest in. Carianth has certainly given you the impression that would be possible.
And what Carianth said was that the general wants to talk to us. That was it.
Indeed, that's what Carianth said.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Don't like that at all. Not one bit. I mean, not one bit.
So, do you want us to find a place to lay low before you head upstairs?
I think that would be good.
A little bit of a
All right.
rest.
If we are going to,
Preparation.
if we are going to talk to the general, perhaps we should be at our full sharpness. No.
I mean, full disclosure, I've already pressed the long rest button.
I was going to say
Sheldon's already asleep on the shoulder.
Maybe somewhere with enough space to cast a nice small hut where no one can stab us in our sleep.
Well-
really.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
Just an
watch or rotation or something, but if
Got a dog as well.
Isn't that but that's not yours, isn't that Leomund's tiny hut?
Well, someone
So we can borrow it.
take the spells from other people and then
Okay.
learn them, and they're just the inventors.
Does
of the
Andreas think that
trademark.
everyone just borrows the same hut? Like it's a tent that gets magically passed around people?
Leomund told me he's getting really pissed off with everyone stealing his hut.
there's one big hand,
Nice
there's
and
one
simple.
floating disc, one tiny hut.
This is such a nerdy joke. Good.
My dog.
Stole your boss's dog.
No, it's my dog.
The ground underfoot has that kind of scorched earth that you sink into slightly as you step, so it is slightly heavy going with walking. But you are all managing to traipse your way up to the side of the city. The hands that are crawling through it, they are not much larger than your own arms.
So grim.
There are some very large ones near the front doing some very big sort of in the sand. But in the ones nearby you seem to be sort of churning loosely.
Can we see how they're attached to the bottom of the city structure?
Probably an investigation check.
Andreas is indeed the one who should be doing this.
No,
Very
it's not
Yeah.
tilted. That is a good roll. Let's see what my
What do you
minuses
take
are.
off that?
-2, so that's a 16.
16.
Oh, damn.
They are welded on
With metal.
with metal.
That's not very nice.
No, it isn't, is it?
No.
The arms are welded onto almost like it's like a sort of like a hunk of rock, and the city grows out of and is chiseled out of the hunk of rock. As you move alongside it, Carianth leading you to a very specific point, you can see that this hunk of rock has some small indentations in the side of it, and some of them are clearly passageways in. They lead you quite carefully alongside and gesture at one of the small passageways, and there we go. Little secret entrance just for you.
When you say that, do you actually mean just for us?
Nah,
Right.
it's not just for you.
Why do we need a secret entrance if we're in fact invited?
Because the general's not the only powerful person here.
Ooh, so we're sneaking sneakily.
Judah, do you think might be worth us taking a little peek before everyone else goes in? Or?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Not that we don't trust you, Carianth.
Not of course.
I mean, it's that we don't trust you.
Yeah, I got that.
I definitely, yeah.
I've done very little to earn your trust.
Shall we? It's been a while.
I'm going to guidance Fluster.
Okay.
I am the less salty of the two.
Lesser of two sneakies.
The lesser of two sneakies. Yeah, it's alright. It's okay. But
That's
I know he's
32.
Yeah.
32!
I rolled 19.
Son of
Where's
a...
Judah?
Jeez.
Mine was just a 23.
The two of them sneak into this shadowy opening and just both instantly vanish from sight.
Where we're standing right now, would there be space for a tiny hut?
Not on the outside. You're currently standing. It's literally hands, slight, like less than 2 foot tall rock face, and then a dark opening.
Okay.
Can I just clarify? I've definitely already pressed the long rest button. I can't go back.
No, I understand.
I haven't, because I wasn't paying attention.
Inside, you step into this very dark cavernous space. There's a sort of faint, like, grinding noise here, like 1,000 arms grinding against the ground. Up ahead of you, the darkness does open out slightly, and you can see a spiral staircase going upwards. Next to you, there we go. Carrington's just teleported in. Carrington teleports away from all of you and teleports in.
Oh, who was that?
If I would like to take a good look to see whether there is anyone like concealed, whether there's any sign that people have passed through here recently.
You may roll me a survival check or a perception check or an investigation check. What you find out will be different.
Okay.
Covers all those bases there.
I will make a perception check. If that's-
Okay. Judah?
Okay.
While you're making it, if you're 120 feet away, you get a message.
I'll do survival
going,
then. They're both
Gary
the
have
same,
just
so-
disappeared! Oh, they're gone!
Yes, they are following like a bad smell.
Oh, okay.
No, 8
8 on what?
on survival.
Survival. There's not so much dust here as there is sort of a thin layer of gravel that looks undisturbed. With an 8, that's all you get.
Yeah.
Perception is 24.
24. No one has been this way in quite a long time. If you had to guess, you'd say no one knows this is here. The cave that you are walking into is natural, but you can see that the staircase has been carved out of the rock and is just... This is all one piece of rock. This is all one... The city is all one gigantic piece of rock that has been carved out of. And the staircase, as it goes up, on the walls are small design pieces. There's almost like sort of inlay into the stone. With a 24, you can recognise what looks like a series of various demons and devils are in constant conflict all the way up.
Seems like the general uses the blood war as decoration.
I don't see any disturbance in the ground.
Neither do I. I do not think anyone has passed this way. I think we are safe.
I think we're safe to rest here and then head up.
All right.
Yeah.
Nip back to the others.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that they are not making a falsehood this time. Does not look like anyone has passed this way.
Good.
Shall we?
Yes.
You all step into the cave space, see the stairs as described.
Do you see that there are carvings on the stairway? Not very
Really
nice.
to my taste, sort of for elven artwork.
There is a sombre sort of tone to the artwork. It is showing demons and devils killing each other, but it's not that kind of like demonic, rah, lots of screaming and shouting. They look resigned.
Interesting.
They've got some lovely galleries in Semberholm if you ever visit. It's, very, very, very talented artists there.
What sort of thing do they use to decorate stairwells in Semberholm?
We don't. Well, it's all sort of trees generally. So you don't really decorate it. It's just tree.
Ah.
That's how it.
If you wanted to rest here, this is probably the safest place. Although, Time's running out. Avernus is calling.
That's where we're going. They're going. Someone
That's
is
where
going.
the city is going, yeah.
To Avernus. To, fight. Or not. No, to fight. Yes, so, oh dear.
How immediately is the time running out, Kenneth?
We're roughly half a day away, maybe a bit longer.
From Avernus.
We can take a rest, and then we have got 4 hours. We have done more in less.
Yeah.
Or I'll save the world. Ha! We knew it. I believe in us.
We shall get this sorted out. Andreas will go for a well-deserved spa. Fantastic.
No problem. I have a very nice hut I can make. I can make it right here. This looks lovely. Does everyone want to go in the hut?
No.
That's
think
right,
some
I
people
didn't
should
think
say
I was
outside.
welcome.
I didn't say that. Never say
Yeah, I'm fine with
that.
us 6.
Carinth walks off to the stairwell and just perches on it. I'm in no rush.
Only if you don't mind. I just, yeah, all right.
Lights a fag.
Kenneth, you're escorting us up to the general.
Yeah, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's my job.
Wait, just to double check, your job is to escort us up to the general, specifically that, not make sure that, say, we have an audience with the general. Specific wording, escort us up to the general.
My job is to bring you to the general. And
Fine.
that doesn't break the terms of my other job.
What was those terms again? Remind me?
To escort you to the Crawling City.
I thought they were going to be in greater conflict.
People should be very careful how they make bargains down here. Go on, make your hut.
I make a hut and a dog.
Cool. It's a sort of a dome. It's
A very nice dome.
10, 15 foot wide dome. And is the dog on the outside, presumably?
No, I was going to hug it while we had a rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Perigal, you made a hut over yourself and conjured a spectral dog, which is largely intended for attacking things
Yes.
purposes, but instead you're going to cuddle it to sleep.
Yes, that's
Splendid.
what I was thinking. Yes.
Great.
Have you played D&D with us before, Chris?
Yes.
Would anyone like me to cast an alarm spell anywhere? Perhaps not necessarily where we are, but perhaps where
You cannot
someone
leave the
else
hut
is.
now, can you?
I think you can cast magic through it.
I'm pretty sure.
Nope.
Can you?
I think.
You can't cast
I
magic.
don't think
Not
you
100% sure.
can.
Well, the stairs aren't more than 30 feet away, are they?
No.
I can alarm them. But not.
I'm not sure if you can cast. I think I don't think you can cast. No, you can cast spells out of the. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that things can't come into the hut, but you can cast out of the hut. But I will
You can
double check.
definitely shoot arrows from inside the hut out of it because, well, some of my players are dicks. But
Yeah, that's.
No, you can't cast spells through it.
didn't think so. Cool. No, you can't.
My bow will warn us if anything comes.
I meant more if they were to leave rather than anything else were to arrive.
They teleport anyway.
Yeah, I'd say just take it as a given that they're probably going to leave.
Good point. What would we do even if they did? Carry on our nap, I suppose.
Yep.
We should do
I
that.
mean, I'm right here.
Hi!
We are talking about you, not to you.
I know. It's kind
Sorry.
of rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're getting lectured on manners from you. Right.
Oh gosh, I know. I am terribly sorry about that. There's no point. Like, if we don't have our manners, what do we have?
Wits.
I'm just going to sending Mr. M for a nap time. Is that good with everyone?
Would someone mind awfully removing this grease?
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, sorry. Would you,
You prestidigitate the grease off.
yeah,
You're now
a bit
clean
more.
again.
Bit more. Okay, it's actually quite a lot. Quite a lot. Okay.
It's
quite a
just
lot.
the fur, it just goes everywhere.
Oh boy. Oh, I ruined your quiff. I'm sorry.
That's
The
fine.
quiff is
I'll plait it back.
Okay. I'm going to actually now you mention it. That's quite.
Can I get in on that?
Yeah. Okay.
Leave this bit.
Oh no! Yes. Oh, I'll try and get some more from here and put it back. That's certainly done some.
Andreas is canonically still greasy as fuck.
I'm very deliberately not using precipitation to get the grease off me.
Okay.
I figure it still might be useful at some point.
True, we are still in
It's
power.
like fire-resistant
Favourite
grease.
holiday.
True. That's true.
So I'm going to stay greasy.
I mean, that never got tested. But yeah,
Well, I trust the NPC who may or may not have existed in world anyway.
Fluster is like foot by foot prestidigitating all the grease out of their coat and just like, if you do not have to, if you could get, sorry, you're very
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the point.
you're going to keep it.
Are you trying to like hide your disgust? Just so I know.
oh no, the power couple's arguing.
That was his Chloe.
I don't like the grease.
Is it quite like it's relatively obvious to Monsoon that you really don't like
You
the
saw
grease?
them. You saw them freaking out about it earlier.
Yeah.
But
I just figured if anything bad happens, the more protective stuff, the better.
okay. Yes, that's probably a good idea. Yes, you should probably keep it on.
I mean, the moment we're off the Crawling City, I'll
Avernus is also famously very fiery. You might as well
I'm
leave it
not
on
as
forever.
worried. I'm not as worried about this. I'm more worried about something awful happening here.
Yeah.
Let me just check one thing. I mean, there's no point. We're just about to. If it ever becomes essential, I can always make it look like I'm not greasy. That's probably not much of a comfort, I'm guessing.
I think Flutter actually starts to giggle.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
Probably get to sleep now.
Oh, I'm just going to make a quick call. Okay, sorry. Excuse me, one moment. Hello! Our guide informed the General of our intentions. He wishes to converse. We shall endeavour to prevail despite this troubling situation. Yours sincerely,
Done. Perigal, I presume. Curiouser and curiouser again. How do you do it? All right. Only ever a phone call away.
what's a phone?
Only ever a sending away.
Mr. M says it's curiouser and curiouser.
I think I read a book where that was a line once.
That doesn't sound very useful.
No, I mean, well,
Did he
not
tell you
very ever.
anything useful or give any advice? Or
No.
what's the point of having a mentor?
I don't know. I mean, I'm so sorry. What I mean is, he's awfully wonderful, and I'm sure he knows what's best, and will do what's best.
It'd be great if he'd tell us that, wouldn't it?
If telling us what's best is best, then he will tell us because it will be for the best.
In my experience, they don't tell you anything. Either.
Keldon is baffled by this sentence.
Monsoon is awkwardly trying to get to sleep already.
So, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. I'll just. Oh, don't nobody step on my dog. Okay, thank you. It's an invisible dog.
It's also fucking huge and taking up half of this bloody...
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Just shift.
Nobody step on my invisible dog.
Yeah.
There's an
Yes.
imprint in the.
I have an invisible dog. I'm just this is deal girl. Let's do that. Yes.
I'm so sorry. You're trying to sleep. I just figured all of us, you know, if the whole time of the essence thing.
Yes. Yeah. I also roll over and sleep.
1 sleep, 2 sleep. Red sheep, blue sheep. 3 sleep.
Sleep.
4 sleep.
Andreas offers up a prayer to Tempos.
It's Tempest, but okay.
This is Andreas.
Actually, Chris, Tempus traditionally in D&D traditional law, but Tempos to certain tribes of barbarians in the Icewind Jail.
Very fair.
Tempos.
It doesn't actually call
Battles.
Tempest.
God of war. But favourably upon my companions and myself, if we are to do battle in a pit of hell or Hades or Gehenna or wherever the fuck we are.
You're in Gehenna, Toby.
And he's only muttering this, so
Yeah.
in a corner of the tiny hut,
It's a circle, Toby.
yeah, making sure he doesn't step on the invisible dog. And what his companions don't see is that he's got 2 tattoos of a sword and a hammer wreathed in flames, the holy symbols of Tempus, under his bicep. So what his companions see from behind is when he says, "Justice, vengeance, don't let me down." They just see him kissing his biceps and settling down to sleep.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Keldon rolls over and puts his head on your shoulder and starts cow drooling on you.
Yeah, this is not the first time. It's comforting.
What are you me for?
If I sit in a not corner of the dome.
Yeah.
and
Curve.
and close my eyes and concentrate very hard. Is there a way that I can reach Fliptwinkle?
I mean, if you close your eyes and concentrate a little, you can reach Fliptwinkle.
Okay. Are you there?
I'm always there.
Sorry.
I always forget that's the voice of wow, this is going to be
Super intense.
I always do this. It is. Do I see them, or do I just hear them?
You just hear them.
It is. You are here.
I'm always here, whenever you need me.
Have you been watching?
I'm always watching too.
Right. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about some of the things that have been happening.
Far away.
Oh, well, music first one. I met a very nice lady who was probably real. Do you know a Hollyphant called Muriel?
Oh, yes. Oh, poor Muriel. Died some time ago, sadly. She was... What was she doing? She was going to try and stop the war. Oh, you know what it's like, I suppose. She was going to try and stop the war, and then she died, sadly, protecting someone who didn't think they deserved any protection from her. The way the things down where you are. That person was so struck by her nobility that they decided to pretend to be her.
Oh. That perhaps changes the colour of things a little bit.
I'm sure if you've encountered someone who looks like Muriel, they've been pretending to be a Holophant for quite a long time. Probably to a point of almost becoming one. Oh.
Oh. Can I make an insight check on my patron?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
What?
No. It's a 22.
Yeah. What are you inciting? That. Oh.
No, like, yeah, someone could pretend to be a Hollyphant for such a long time that they could think that they've become one.
Mm.
That's what I'm inciting. I rolled a 22.
It is a curious turn of phrase, isn't it?
What?
You get no more than that.
What? Okay. Ooh, right. This is not going where I expected. The reason that I... You think this, they're like probably visibly unsettled.
Everyone's asleep.
Yeah, I mean...
Apart from Carrie Ann.
Yeah.
Who can hear everything you're saying.
Fluster hasn't remembered that. The camera sees Fluster as visibly flustered. I have been starting to think over our times of travelling and the things that we have been doing. I'm starting to believe that the 2 missions that you gave me,
Oh.
they cannot coexist.
You're going to have to be more specific than that. I was pretty clear.
To kill fiends,
Absolutely.
always, and to make hell better. I do not think that by practicing one all the time that I will fulfill the other.
Have you met any fiends that are not terrible creatures worthy of destruction and chaos?
I have met lots of fiends who are not very good people, but I've also met lots of people who are not very good people.
Ooh. Have you met any fiends who are quite good people? Even one?
That is not... I do not believe that we get to decide that they deserve to die for that.
I mean, that's what I do. I'm an angel. I judge everyone. That's what you do as my arm. You judge everyone for me. Ooh.
I have doubt.
There's a pensive pause. I think that's all right. I don't think doubt's a bad thing, all in all. I don't think if you were doing it indiscriminately, that'd be particularly good either, would it now? Exercising some caution. Picking the right targets. That's a big part of doing what you do as my arm. If you want to let some go, get rid of others, I understand. I trust you. Do you trust me?
I did. Of course.
I'll be rolling a deception check.
That's not that good. It's a 17.
Always good to have doubts.
Oh boy. If by choosing to let some go and let some stay, there is it does not provide you with a fixed exit point.
We never had a fixed exit point, did we? I saved you, and I saved your village, and in return you would do this.
That is true.
Do you want a fixed exit point?
I do.
Why?
There's this girl.
I think I know which one.
Well,
Oh no.
it's Paragon. It did not occur to me that I might want to go home for someone other than myself.
Well, what kind of celestial would I be to stand in the way of something like that? Let me know when you're done. You've done wonderful work. And I'll take you home.
Can I make another insight check on that?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Oh, this has changed a lot. So it's a 16.
Oh, they sound trustworthy.
Okay.
I mean, why wouldn't a celestial sound trustworthy?
Stop it!
Well, that is okay. Okay. Great. Well, I will perhaps speak to you later. I have not spoken to her about it, so
No, you have to make all your plans first, don't you? Not make promises you can't keep.
No. No, no. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Keep up the good work. You're doing very well.
Okay, I think I must sleep now. I would not want to keep my friends waiting in the morning.
All right. I'm always here if you need me.
Fluster sleeps fitfully.
Have I done so many things that you now just don't trust a single thing I say? Is that a thing now?
Turn into a horror film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know any of that in-game, but out-game, what I took from that is I've been pretending to be a holophancer for so long, I'm now a holophant.
Yeah.
That's what that's an implication. Oh, that's not what I took out of.
What did you take out of it? I mean, I'm intrigued.
That is that Fluster wasn't talking to Flip Tinkle. That they were talking to Carriants, pretending to be Flip Tinkle, and then just saying whatever they felt like. Shit! That's what Chloe thinks.
Oh, you think it changed?
It didn't. The voice didn't change.
No, but I just found all of that so suspicious. And also they're like, sure,
Yeah,
if you concentrate just a little bit, you could contact.
I am saying nothing. My lips are sealed.
Carry out suspicious.
I've spoken to Flip Twinkle before.
You have.
Yeah.
I would have tried to access Flip Twinkle in the same way as I usually would.
You would have.
Okay, well, I don't want to play this dumb game anymore.
It's awkward for the rest of us, really, isn't it?
You can all, whatever.
Here we go.
Are you all waking up at the end of your
Can
long...
I wake up slightly
Hopefully.
early?
Oh, yes, of course you can.
And like just wipe a bit of the slobber off. Well, most of the slobber off Andreas.
I mean, it's in his ear.
Yeah.
That's what I can do about that. I'm
Permanently deafing on it now.
I'm gonna cast Commune.
Ooh, burning a 5th level spell slot.
Yes.
Wow. Big.
It says I can only cast yes or no questions.
That is correct.
Can I use yes or no questions to talk to my god? The only time in this campaign I will get to talk to my god.
I think you've already communed once, haven't you?
No. I use legend law.
Okay. Since you very rarely talk to your god, and your god doesn't verbalise, as discussed, let's see what happens.
No. I don't know. I can only ask yes or no questions.
Use your character's intelligence stat, that's right.
So
The god has to like deal with it.
Just hope you're talking to the right person, honestly.
Listen to the rules.
cool. So exciting. We get to talk to a martyr first time ever. Okay. Whew. Right. Hey, a martyr.
How are you casting this spell?
I've got a lot of incense and a vial of holy water.
Jesus.
We're all waking
Sit a
up.
little exposed
You're hot potting the
space.
tiny hut. Fine. It's not the first time that sentence has been said.
I've drunk the vial of holy water because I think that's what I'm supposed to do with it.
As you drink the vial of holy water, as you're all waking up, Keldon is wreathed in incense, and his idea. His eyes are whited over.
Alright, I'm talking out loud.
Yep, as always.
Il Martyr. What should we ask the general to get the best results?
As you ask that, you suddenly realise you can't see. It's dark,
Yeah.
and you hear a faint drip, and another.
Caves. Okay.
And as your vision starts to clear a little, you're in the cave you were born in.
Oh. That's nice.
It's home.
Well, I've kind of gotten over the cave actually. Beds are nice.
My apologies.
No, it's fine. I mean,
A figure steps round
oh, you've never
in
spoken
the
before.
cage. He's appearing as a snow white minotaur at the moment.
Oh, pretty.
Is this acceptable?
Well, anything would have been acceptable.
Good, good.
What does acceptable mean?
Is this okay?
Yes, this is great. Do you have any moss?
You had a question.
Yes, I did have a question. I have 3 questions actually.
That is how this works.
Yes, I did read that part.
What was your first question again?
Well, you know, what would be a good thing to ask the general?
I'm a firm believer that the who, the what, the when are not as important as the why.
Okay. Right. And how can I get the braid from Baphomet?
How does one take something from someone?
No, that's not a very good answer.
Grab it and pull.
Okay, that's very seems very okay. Seems quite easy.
Sure.
Is Rhiannon okay?
Oh. Yes.
It was less of an update than I was hoping for, but fine.
Do you want specifics?
Yes. You're a god.
I am. She's on the road to Everesca. Currently singing a song for 4 people who appear to be making her breakfast.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It looks decent, not good.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Awkward, sort of almost like a pat on the head, very awkwardly. Like, you know, I'm very proud of you.
Oh, I was going to ask you that, but I'm not allowed to ask any more questions.
Good thing I volunteered. But I am.
Okay.
I didn't know if you would make something of yourself, and look at you now. I'm going to go now. This has been lovely. I hope we get to do it again.
I can cast the spell now, so, you know,
Yeah.
once per day.
Yes. Yes, that's how that works.
Twice. If it's a slow day.
I would like that very much.
Me too. I don't get many slow days.
No, you don't. Anyway, time is pressing.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And you fade back in. Everyone's just coughing and hacking as the incense is slowly filling the hut.
Kelden, are you alright? You woke me up with
sorry, I didn't think about the sorry. Sorry.
What were you doing? I've not seen you cast in that particular way before.
Oh, I was talking to my god. It's great.
With words?
We could hear, right? We could hear.
You could hear
half
Kelden's,
the
everything
conversation.
that Kelden said, yes.
But I'm
half the
assuming
conversation.
throughout the time that we've travelled, you have said that.
Yeah, only images.
Only words in.
Yes, I there's a new, well, it's not new. I suppose I never cast it before, but it's new. That makes it new. It's new.
Well, you asked if Rhiannon was okay, and then you said, good, so that sounded good.
She's having breakfast made for her by lots of people.
Oh!
It's not a very good breakfast, but it's okay.
We don't have any breakfast, so... She's one up on us there.
He said we should ask the general why, and he said we can get the Brave from Baphomet by grabbing it and pulling.
Yes.
Really?
That seems like a very straightforward way to do
Yeah.
That's what I
Unexpectedly
said.
simple.
Was the last thing private? You said I was going to ask you that.
You shouldn't ask if you think it's private, then...
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying, was it private?
He said he was very proud of me.
No surprise there.
I wasn't going to ask him if he was proud of me, I was just going to ask if I was doing okay, you know?
Although that is your god, I mean, that is big.
Yeah,
So lovely.
yeah. Doing alright.
We can die happy now.
I'd really rather you didn't. I gave away some of my diamond supply to...
Have you paid her back?
Thunder.
Paid back.
Him back.
Alright. Why is everyone suddenly all
Don't
up in
you
my
owe me-
face about this
don't
time?
you owe me 10 gold as well? I think you owe me 10 gold from a bar in...
Oh, you think I do you?
Yeah, alright.
Could we maybe do this after all the other
Well, I mean, if not now, when?
things?
Monsoon, would you like to go and look outside the mouth of the cave that you've come in?
Has the hut like faded now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I'll have I'm not walking too far away from anyone else.
No,
I'll
it's
have a
barely-
little
it's
check of
barely
how
10, 15
things
feet.
are.
Carinth.
Carinth is still sat exactly where they were, smoking presumably a different cigarette. You're not sure. There are no cigarette butts on the floor there.
I give them a look like Grayspears people.
Do it. I didn't see what it was.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, there it is. So, as you pop your head out and you
Yeah.
can see how it's all going, the city is crawling through a ravine. It's still, the ravine is wide enough for the city to crawl through, but there are these large walls, and as you look around the edge, the ravine seems to taper, like almost fall away into a incredibly deep pit. Like there's just blackness ahead and down.
Wait, so we're going towards the pit.
Yes.
Right. How far at the current rate we're going? How long until we hit?
Oh, I don't know. 3 hours and 52 minutes.
Thank you. Yes. Cool. I go straight back inside. Hi, everyone. We're on. The city is on track to go into a massive pit of blackness that doesn't look too great. So probably whatever we should do, I reckon within like 3 hours 52 minutes at a ballpark, we probably want to get stuff done because I'm not really sure what happens in that pit, but I kind of don't want to find out.
That's incredibly specific for a ballpark.
Oh, like I used to do like soapbox box kart racing in Waterdeep, so you get very good at judging speed and distance.
That's the way to Avernus.
Oh,
All
Right.
of the portals in Gehenna are holes in the ground.
great. So we're walking and talking.
So
Yeah.
We're sneakily sneaking to say hi to the general.
Mm-hmm.
And after you fulfilled your bargain of getting us there, bargain to various different people, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna leave.
Oh, good.
Are you kidding me? Middle of a war?
Good, yes.
That's not where I belong.
Okay.
No.
Good. So we'll just do what we have to do somehow, or die trying, and then it'll all be jolly good. Okay. just
Up the
checking.
stairs we go.
Are we rolling stealth checks?
Oh, right.
Can I just say one thing? This was a great idea. You talk to your god, you got advice. Powerful figure. Do we have any other resources like that we should be making use of? What would Mr. M tell us, knowing we're going in?
Could we use his
Nothing.
wit?
to that?
Mr. M would give us absolutely no
He would
useful
probably
advice.
say, curiouser and curiouser, how do you do it? Which is just not helpful at all.
I've got to be honest, that sounds less helpful than pull the braid.
It was, yes.
I think pull the braid is really helpful, actually.
Very
Yeah, that's what I
specific.
mean. Yeah.
I will
Actual.
help pull this braid if I can,
Yeah.
Kelda.
Please note the braid is on a necklace. It is a braided necklace, not pull a braid or anything like that. Just making sure. Just
I'm pulling the Demon Lord's hair!
come on! Just so we're all aware. It has been described as such.
Is there anything that Stink Flipsy could tell us? I did it again, didn't I?
Judo, you are so irreverent and funny.
I actually spoke to them last night, and it seemed fine. And they said that we should kill some people and not kill others, which is a lot more specific than I've ever had before.
That sounds much better.
They also said that, you mentioned before a couple of days ago about asking about going home. They said that I could go home
Wow.
if I asked, which is. But it seems no.
That's great news.
So if
That's
someone
great
wants to
news.
make an insight check on Plaster, they can. But also, if you wouldn't, then you don't have to.
I will make an
I'm going to
insight.
take exactly what I got from
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
role-play experience.
I'm gonna take exactly what would hug, but covered in grease. So
Mine is a 20.
There was something about the conversation that didn't seem right.
My response remains the same. That's great.
Yes, I do not think, unfortunately, we will be able to get help of the type that you. We will not be able to get a big golden mammoth. I do not think. Though I did not ask. I do not think that will happen.
So after this part, we're not all going to hang out anymore.
Maybe we should hang out somewhere new.
Yeah, yes.
Less hot.
Yes.
It is really hot.
That's not I hadn't thought of that.
We can use someone with your hut skills.
Oh, do you think so? Okay.
I would love to see the 3 staircases one day.
I can't go up them. I'm too heavy.
3 hours 48.
Sorry.
Are we rolling stealth check?
Oh yes, yes, you did ask that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we ought to.
I will cast enhance ability on myself.
Sneaky McSneaky.
If everyone else seems to be sneaking, then I will also sneak.
What a sneaky McSneak face.
I'm casting enhance ability the dex one so that I'm not at
That was
disadvantage.
bad.
I had assumed that's what you were doing, but thank you for confirming.
Oh, that's not going to help.
I should say, even though we're stealthing, I'm pretty sure they're expecting us.
Yeah, but
some people, but not others, are expecting us.
we have to make it through the streets to get there. We have to.
No,
Yeah.
we don't. Straight up. All the way to the throne room. Good thing you got me.
Mine is a 9. Clankety clank, kitty clank, kitty clank, kitty clank.
What's everyone else's stealth roll, please?
13.
13?
Yeah.
24.
20. Wow.
Sneaky but very sneaky.
17.
17.
18.
8. Just an 18?
Just an 18.
Wow.
23.
You are sneaking up the stairs, and as you move up, the design around the side of the staircase continues, and this staircase is very, very long, and as you're going up, the mosaic never repeats, almost like the blood bowl. And as you make your way up, every now and again there's a sort of an arrow slit window. As you pass, looking down, at first you see very little. You're quite far down. As you continue up, you slowly see extending away from you the crawling city. It is all carved out of one solid black rock, like basalt. And all of the various towers are made of the same rock. It's almost quite hard to see. There are additions to it, small, not wooden, but structures that are attached to the sides of some of these towers, or what look like doors or windows and that sort of thing. It has been worked upon, but it is one worked piece of stone. And as you continue up and get a closer look out, the city is crawling with demons and devils, some of which you recognise, some of which you don't. You do note that they're generally not getting along, not fighting per se, but the atmosphere is very clearly tense. They are also all moving around, preparing. Various siege weapons are being set up. They are, in some cases, sharpening swords or putting arrows in small cases next to the walls. They are preparing for a fight.
Lots of Yugoloths as well.
Not as many. Maybe it's roughly maybe a sixth of all the demons and devils there are Yugoloths, and they tend to be in positions of some kind of authority, more often than not directing people where to go.
If we notice that,
Mhm.
can I try looking sort of further afield? Because we were told that the Yugoloths were being summoned back to
Yes.
Gehenna, so there would sort of be the impression that maybe there would be lots of,
Mm-hmm.
even like a sort of the impression of an army was
Sure.
used. If I can get an impression of if that is the case, and if so, where it would be,
Sure.
I would like to try and do that.
Please roll me a perception check.
It's 18.
The windows face inwards. All you see is what you see.
Okay.
It appears the city is the main siege weapon itself, and looks pretty unassailable. As you continue up further, 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 the towers that are nearby you start to fall away, and eventually you reach a door. The mosaic around the outside, the design, the inlay, never repeating, constant war. As you reach the top, the apex of this point, you realise the demons and devils all look exactly the same. And on the door ahead of you is a face that you don't recognise. Very, very smooth, almost slick skin, big eyes.
Are they still fighting the demons and devils who don't look the same?
No. The door is right in front.
Kelda,
Yeah.
if I fall today, but we succeed, try and get those bastards to kill Mammon for me, okay?
Well, I'll just pick you up, carry your body, and then raise you from the dead later.
Do that one, yes.
And then you can sort out Mammon yourself.
Yes. Preferential.
The door is ahead of you.
Or I'll fuck up Mammon to avenge you.
Yes.
Plan B.
Plan B. Thank you.
What is Carianth?
Carianth is standing next to you all, just looking at the door.
Does this mosaic look like it's been here for like forever? It's
Yes.
not like
It's thousands of years old.
yeah. Okay.
This general is probably pretty powerful. If we did decide to try and, I don't know, kill him right now, it might be.
The door is open.
Is it? I thought we were about to go through it.
No.
Yeah, I thought the door
Yeah.
was closed.
But
Door's
the door's
closed.
open it.
No, door's closed.
Oh,
Carianth isn't opening it. Carianth is standing with you. Just sort of leans against the wall and just watches all of you.
Just, you know, ultimately our goal is to kill him or steal that crystal thing or, you know, turn the archdevil and demon lord away in a, you know, pretty difficult position. He's super powerful. Do what we can, and if we do our best, then that's some of what matters. So,
It's some of what matters.
just thought I'd cheer you up a little with that thought.
So the main thing is we stop the stopping of the war. Is that what we're doing just before we go through that door?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Continue with the war.
Keep fighting. Yes, war is good. That's
I
the,
roll my eyes.
that's the point that we must all remember.
We know exactly what the overall
Go.
thing is.
Maybe we could actually just tell him, hey, would you mind not doing a real plan? Thanks. We should try that actually. That might work.
If the other archdemons and devils are in attendance, we should try to turn them against each other.
I have a very interesting book that they can read
Exactly.
or have read to them.
We should try and get them to read it together at the same time. Because that'd be
Yes,
just
you can.
hilarious.
You can split, and you just have to. It's like headphone splitters. It's very good.
Who's opening the door?
Mate.
Do you walk up and open the door?
Just backwards.
Shall we?
Just before that, sir, Carianth, are you coming with us, or is this where we part ways?
Surely you have a reward to pick up.
Not from here. I'll be gone when the time's right.
Can I insight check whether that's now?
That's a very Kelton sort of
Myself. No. That's still a 20.
Yeah, the moment the door's open, they're going.
I know our time hasn't been the best, but I wanted to thank you for getting us to this point.
Yes, indeed.
I sidle
Thank
around
you.
the back of Carianth.
Mm-hmm.
Chris pulls up step blocks. Okay.
And I apologise for the deal breaking which we began.
Yes.
It's not the first time I've broken a deal, but I don't like it.
I don't understand. You never broke your deal.
We
We
intended
certainly
to.
tried
Yes, that was it. It's
yes,
more
we
about.
really did try.
Do you think
Yes.
fiends don't intend to break the deals they make?
Yes, but
Doesn't
Also-
mean they can.
but
If
we're
we're
better
going-
than you.
By the letter of it, if we actually stop the stopping of the war, then technically we've kind of, you know, created a load of killed dead souls or whatever that they can have. If we're going by the letter of a deal.
Are we noticing? What is Kelden? I don't
Yeah.
This is an
trying not to look at Kelden.
I saw the initial hand signals from Kelden. Pericle's not that.
I'm gonna try and grapple them.
Ha-ha.
Only so that they have to come in with us.
Okay. I thought we were pushing down the stairs.
They keep slipping out
Can
of
teleport though, can't
stupid
they?
situations, and they should just have to face some of the situations they cause.
That's okay.
Emma, you know that Carinth can teleport.
Kelden
Kelden
is
tries.
so dumb.
Okay. This is a surprise round. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and grab them by the shoulders.
Okay.
Now I'm going to say something to you here, which
Yes.
is that at this moment I view Carianth as an ally,
That's a
and
natural
my allies
20.
cannot be
Oh,
surprised.
nice, nat 20.
Oh.
Oh!
I've rolled a natural 20 plus
Shit.
7.
This is the weirdest kind of magic item PvP I've
Yeah,
ever seen in my
no
life.
one has seen any of this coming.
Woof.
This episode is just...
It's just full of bullshit.
Oh boy.
Can you roll me a contested initiative roll first? That still carries. You rolled a natural 20. I'm not taking that away from you. Roll me a contested initiative roll first.
I'm going to.
You are fucking kidding me.
That is an 11.
I thought it was a nat 20.
Is that not the advice you're
No,
using?
it's
Oh, using that
No,
one.
no,
Oh, good.
that's
May I roll initiative as well?
You're all allies. None of you can be surprised.
But we're not being surprised. So
No,
we
but that's the
wouldn't
point.
get the
Carinth
warning.
can't be surprised. But none of you are surprised. This happens the way it does. So you go in for the grab.
Yeah.
I say, no surprise.
And they would go before you because they rolled a higher initiative roll.
Yeah.
So they teleport out. The fact that they could go before you, they should have been surprised.
Are we
Well,
killing Carinth? Maybe you should
What's
see if
just-
they're invisible.
what's happening?
I wasn't sure.
They
I
left.
thought...
What's happening?
Should we just go in?
Why
I
is
just
going
really
on?
wanted them to have to face a situation for once.
3.5 hours, I'm guessing.
However,
just
we
yeah.
did get them away from us, so you know.
Good move.
True.
Small favours.
Do
Alright.
you open the door? No, it's a
The door closed.
The door does not have a handle. You push it and it... That stone just grinds against stone as you push it aside. The room in front of you is very dark. There are some beams of very reddish light, because Gehenna has a very reddish sky, that shine through at various points. Do you step inside?
Mm.
Yeah, we opened the door.
I can see.
You can see.
Yeah, same.
Looking ahead of you, this has a very temple-y feel. It feels like there's a design feature here. You're on the top of a very tall tower, and the roof above you is very, very steep, and there is light sort of coming in these shafts that barely illuminate the space.
I cast light, like fuck this, I don't care.
Okay.
I cast Mage Armor, which I definitely remember to cast because I was removed across.
Totally fine.
when we've gone into unreal environments, like
Mm.
going into Mahadi's spa.
Yes.
Is there a feeling of that? Do we
No.
feel like we're still?
No.
No. Okay.
A figure is sat facing away from you. From the back, you recognise the skin texture and feel very similar to the face you just saw on the door.
Yeah.
They're sat facing away. So he's sat facing away from you. Looks like he's reading a book.
Walk up.
We reckon this is the general.
Yes.
I'd like to do Hunter's Sense.
Yes, please. What does that mean?
As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 foot. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage, immunities, vulnerabilities, or resistances.
Is that conditions as well as damage, or just damage?
Any damage,
Thank
immunities,
you.
resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic.
He is hidden from divination magic.
Yes!
but
I don't regret it.
he is resistant to cold, fire, lightning, and bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons, and immune to acid and poison.
I'm going to take a sec to ask for Ilmata's assistance with this situation.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What?
I've rolled a 7.
Oh my god! What? Yes!
I've rolled a 7.
Would you like to explain for the viewers at home what you just did?
Oh my god!
That's divine intervention.
Hey, bet you didn't run. Yes, boy.
What?
I've only rolled it twice and I've only got a 10% chance of it working.
What happens now?
My deity intervenes.
Nothing's really happening.
With this situation.
What I will say,
Yeah.
you hear a voice in your head saying, I'm with you. Whenever you need me, just ask.
Cool.
Boy! Oh boy, eh? That sure just happened.
I wasn't expecting anything to happen.
The general is still sat there, looks like reading a book, and facing away from you. It's not that this is not a room with like a
Kelvin
throne.
looks so excited. Inappropriately excited.
This is not like a room with a throne. There's just sort of various raised stone platforms at various points that don't look like they're particularly like designed to be. This isn't like a space for people to hang out. It's just they're sat on one of these stone platforms reading a book facing away from you. They run their hands over their head, which is this sort of like slightly slick, almost lizard-like skin.
Slayer's prey.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
What do we know of the item we're looking for? What do we know if it's large? Do we know?
The Heart of Darkness.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it looks like.
Okay.
Someone said
Oh, it's
crystal
going to be like
something.
one of us or
Someone
something
said crystal
dumb,
at some
like...
point.
It is a crystal of some kind. Yes, that is
Yeah,
fair.
it's a crystal.
Okay.
I'm assuming it looks like a crystal.
You're welcome to roll a perception check.
Okay. I think Flutter is going to take a step forward and looks like they're about to speak if anyone is going to stop them as they make a perception check.
I'm
I'd
gonna-
like to
yeah.
look around.
I'm going to look at the room just to see if there's anything slightly off. Like it could be a secret door or something
Fair.
like that.
You're welcome to roll.
Walking in line with you.
Any invisible people?
There are no invisible creatures within 30 feet of you.
Yeah. No. Boff.
Boff.
Yeah.
9.
Actually, it's 14, but yeah. Still.
17.
19 on perception.
As you all step forward, there is a slightly strange green glow sort of in front of the general.
In their general area.
And as you step forward and as he turns his head slightly towards you, the green glow, which is bouncing off the walls, turns slightly as well. Turns, stands. There is a crystal embedded
That's an Iron Man sort
Yeah.
of situation.
in about this much
Wow.
of his upper torso. It is very clearly embedded and has also very clearly grown out of itself a little. And as he turns to all of you, it's... Well, you made it.
Hello.
I wondered what my vanquishers would look like. Look at this. What a nice selection we have here.
I suddenly feel very conscious that I'm still greasy.
So, what brings you all here? How about you, big guy? What brings you here?
I just point to the gem. Yes.
I asked you specifically.
This war. You want to stop it.
I'm the reason there is a war. I'm part of a world that is made of war. I was made for war.
That makes two of us.
And as he is now standing, he is as tall as Andreas, which is canonically
Huge.
very tall.
Gigantic.
What does he actually like? What is the configuration of his limbs? What does he
Humanoid,
look like?
arms, legs, wearing sort of a strange black outfit, quite loose. He has it's almost lizard-like or insectoid face. The nose is very, very flat. The eyes are very, very large. The head is quite elongated and hairless, completely hairless.
Is it the same as the face on the door? Like
Roll me a perception check on that particular question specifically. Doesn't have to be too high.
Yeah, I got negative perception. 6.
Significantly older.
Oh.
Makes sense.
So, you're made for war. I understand you. What about you? You look like the warlike type. You like me?
You could say I was made for war. I came here specifically to fight this war.
How's that going?
Not as well as you'd think.
Who else? Which of you is made for conflict? Some of you radiate peace like a wave, staring directly at Kelton.
I have read some books on tactics, various sort of large-scale strategies. Very, very interesting. If you,
Good for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell these days who's a killer and who's not. So which is yous are gonna be then? Who's gonna do it?
We were actually wondering. Were we wondering if they would maybe just not do the thing?
Stop doing their plan.
Yes.
His plan.
Didn't we?
You want me to stop?
Not.
Keep the war going.
Yes. Don't do the thing that you want to do. That would stop the war, please. If you don't mind, that would be lovely.
I don't care anymore.
I want to disbelieve the illusion.
Roll me investigation check.
It's real. Wait, was the green light from the crystal?
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Also, like,
I believe the illusion.
is it coincidence that their voice sounds a lot like Carrion's? His voice sounds a lot like Carrion's.
No.
It was a dirty one.
A dirty
Number
one.
3.
A dirty one. Oh yeah, you totally believe the illusion.
He's a Oinoloth.
No.
He's an ultraloth.
He's an ultraloth.
But also
The general of Gehenna.
but also the Oinoloths didn't sound like that.
No,
not.
they didn't. I'm just trying to. Yeah, but yeah, Carrionth and Merimoth and Ultraloths and good. Lots.
What were you reading?
Picks up a book. It's the Book of Derelict Magics.
Oh, that's a good book.
Is it the same?
It looks very similar.
Sorry, can I insight check in retrospection when he said he was tired of it all?
Yes, of course.
Didn't care anymore.
Maths, oh my god, 26.
Ooh.
He is legitimately tired of it all. Makes for good reading at the end. Knowing the past. So who's it gonna be?
Me. Where are your little friends though first?
I'm sorry.
Moloch, Baphomet.
Downstairs.
So you are giving up?
How old are you?
It's a very personal question.
I'm asking.
I'm 38. I'm aware for me that is getting old. Probably not for you.
It's not a question of our comparative ages. In your years, I would still have been doing this for many lifetimes, and I am done with it. I am tired. I am old. And you know what? I tried to stop you. I tried to get in the way, sent agents after you. And you just kept coming.
Why? Why do you want us to kill you?
Because then it's done.
What is done?
This, it, the heart. I've been in pain for millions of years trying to hold it together. And you know what? I am done.
Can I do an... I want to see if I think he's lying.
Go for it. Make me an insight check.
I started to think, despite my one on the is he an illusion, I started to think, hang on, what if this is some sort of weird ritual where actually they need a demon, a devil, and he needs to die as well, and then actually we've lost.
Yeah.
So that's why
definitely
I'm
what
sort
we're
of
thinking.
snooching.
That's pretty much my next
That's the implications.
question.
Natural 20.
Do
Whoa!
you want it, can I ask my next question, or do you want to assume
Yes,
the
yeah.
answer?
No, do ask.
I think that's fair.
If we kill you, what does the Heart of Darkness do next?
Natural 20.
Fair. Shatters into the million pieces it should have shattered into 1,000,000 years ago. It's done. I am tired of the petty fighting. I am tired of the war. And you know what? I tried. No one can say I didn't try.
But you have been calling your armies home for months, years,
I had to try, didn't I?
and you have given up just as we ascend your tower.
Yeah. What was the tipping point?
Insight check.
Yeah.
The answer to the insight check is he genuinely has had enough.
Of what? Like
Existing.
being very okay.
On the him saying the heart would shatter,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean, in fact I'll ask, if the heart shatters, does that mean that the demons and devils will revert? Because was it not originally the Heart of Darkness which took the chaos from some and the law from others?
No. I'm trying to turn the heart back on. I've been trying for a long time. And I'm done trying. I've tried my best. I tried to stop you, sent my best after you. Can't even trust your own family these days.
So yeah, what was the tipping point? Because it's just a little bit strange that apparently you still were sending people after us, and we've only kind of been on this job for like a couple of weeks, maybe at most. What?
If you did
How-
want to stop us, I could give you some tips on some better ways of doing it.
Well, maybe put a pin in that for a moment, Perigil. What was the tipping point, really? Where you actually became tired? Because if you'd been tired of this for a long time, you wouldn't have bothered.
When you opened that door.
What changed?
I said to myself many, many, many years ago, that there would come a point where I would have to decide to stop. No one can force me. I am a creature of war, and when I fight, I win. And I said that there would be a specific trigger, a thing, a moment. And this feels right.
Can I insight check that? 22.
There is an element that he is not revealing, but generally telling the truth.
Okay.
I don't want to assume all Yugoloths are related, but you know that there's this person called Cariant who's hanging out with us. Your relatives, was that?
He said he sent his family after
Yeah,
us.
If your own kin are not sure what side they're on, if your people are so obsessed with making the best deal, that's another nail in the coffin, isn't it? You can kill me, but you can't stop the war. And it sounds like you don't want to anyway, so how fitting. Go fight your wars. Kill me, keep it going. I'm ready.
This is not how it goes in the books. Usually yours was trying to kill someone who doesn't want you to kill them. I haven't... It's not read about this. I don't know the tactics for this. It's very odd.
I cast sending to Monsoon
Oh, okay.
because it's telepathic.
Yep, fine.
I'm worried that something's going to happen with the Heart of Darkness if we kill him that he hasn't told us.
Is that the full message? I'm worried about exactly the same thing. Plus, who else might be in this city? Vanquishers is the kind of word that people use with prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose that book has stuff about prophecies, or anything
That
else
book.
you've been chatting about or reading about has stuff about prophecies, that kind of thing.
That book is a prophecy.
In the book, it said that you had to destroy the Heart of Darkness to stop the war. Didn't it? Didn't it? Have I just got that completely wrong? What did the book say? Can you remind me what
The
book
book doesn't talk about the destruction of the Heart of Darkness. The book says the Heart of
said?
Darkness,
With the three of them together, it... Okay, you have to get...
it can be
you have to have
reversed with the two together, not the three together.
two and the crystal being the third.
Yes.
Okay.
It's trying to reverse the crystal. No one ever talked about destroying it.
First.
So, what are the three things that need to be together?
Baphomet.
Archdevil, Demon Lord, the crystal itself.
Okay.
And he's saying he has to turn it on. He's saying that part of that is actually turning it on.
Yeah.
And how would breaking it change that equation?
What equation?
This has all been crosstalk, but
Fine. Yes.
everything that we have read has spoken of.
It would end any chance of it being turned back. It would make this mockery of my people permanent and...
The war eternal.
Yes.
Can I insight check that?
Yep.
That's another 26.
That is fully what he believes.
If you don't mind dying anyway, how about instead of dying, you just come along with us and we go and see some people and say, hey, we brought you this crystal and this lovely...
Do I need to fight you as well? I don't want to, but
Surely
I will.
you must be powerful enough if you don't want to exist to make that happen yourself.
I'm a warrior, I can't die like that.
I understand. Do you have a name, General?
Only a title.
Truly made for war.
Right.
In game, are we on the Yugoloth plane? Is Gehenna the...
We're still
Yeah.
in Gehenna.
Well, technically they're playing as Hades, but
That is a good point, actually. Yes.
So if the general died here, who would die or not?
Yeah, no,
No,
respawn. I think you might have just done it.
But it's still, I mean, it's still helpful to... It's still part of our mission.
I mean, you can ask things in character if you like, Matt. I'm just...
Yeah, but,
I just wanted to know for myself if that was the thing.
yeah, but
The
also
general-
Hades is where the spawning grounds are.
The general dies here. Just to be clear about this, because you've all now cracked it. If the general dies here, he gets to go back to Hades, no longer has a crystal embedded in him and can keep on with his goddamn life.
Damn.
Go and find something else to do. Find a new name. Get the hell out. Escape.
I would quite like to have a chat with Baphomet personally.
I mean, he's downstairs. That can be arranged after you do it.
I was thinking before.
I will fight you if you don't go for it.
I start getting my blood packs.
Could I just have a few moments to just stand here in silence? I was thinking of standing in silence for a while. What does everybody else think?
Standard, in respect.
Well,
For the passing
No,
of
no,
a
in,
great general.
In
Purely just
disrespect.
for that.
No, I do respect.
Oh, in respect,
the
yes.
death, but I will not pray for it.
No, I'm not going to pray, but I'm just going to edge backwards near the door and ascending Mr. M again
Yep.
and say, "Oh, the General seems to want us to kill him. He's got a crystal in him. Should we do that? Seems easy enough." Paragle.
Interesting. If you kill him, of course he would go back to Hades. And would lose the crystal. Huh. This may have just been an escape plan all along. I don't think it's a bad outcome. I trust you. That being said...
Paragle's been just like go, putting silly faces. Right, yes, all right, carry on. Sorry, standing around in silence.
If we release you from this life, what becomes of you when you're reborn on Hades?
Sneaky general.
Smarter than you look.
I like you.
Why do I not get a chance? A second chance? Go do something else. Been alive for quite a long time. I could do with a reboot. Can you provide me with that?
What would you do? Who would you be?
You've already got 2 boots.
Sometimes you need a
I don't know if you're joking or not, but I like it.
I don't know. Was always tempted to do something different, but it's kind of hard when you're the General of Gehenna. When I'm not, who knows what I'll be.
Still the General of Gehenna.
Tell him about, you're a martyr and could find religion.
I
No.
don't think Ilmata wants...
Not really.
I always liked the idea of gardening for some reason.
I would like to start a farm, but people just have such expectations.
Yeah, I know.
Reputation.
I'm sure you'd have a lovely farm. I would come and I would buy your produce.
Gardening
Farm.
sounds good, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily buy your produce, but only because it'd probably be very far away. I probably won't be there. Otherwise, I would consider buying your produce. Sorry.
Can I insight check the intent to actually go and garden?
Oh my god.
Well, there had to be one really bad one. That is a 14.
14. You don't know.
What would happen? Sorry I know this isn't garden orientated, but what would happen to the massive that?
I'm keeping it alive. If I'm dead, it goes. It's gone, and this is all over.
Really? Because alive, dead, down here, weird kind of concepts. What if it just reforms on some other plane, gets picked up by someone else, and gets
I
screwed?
placed it next to my chest 1,000,000 years ago and said, "Purge my race of its impurities," and it has not been removed since.
Have you been killed since then?
No.
First time for everything.
I'm walking around behind him with the blood axe, which I'm wielding in 2 hands. And I say, I've always liked the name Thanos, my friend. Maybe you should take that.
Great. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Wait, so
Feels like a mistake.
you're going to. So you're a warrior, so you want us to kill you, but you will fight us.
Only if you don't kill me. Could someone
Don't
please
kill me.
hurry it up?
Oh, okay, right.
I swing the axe as an executioner would to the back of his neck, if he's got a neck.
He does. Yes.
Putting it in 2 hands.
Cool.
Try and decapitate him.
Is anyone going to stop Andreas from doing that?
No, but I am going to step. If the thing is here
Mm-hmm.
with him, I'm going to step to a point that is definitely
Blast
behind
radius,
that.
yeah. God.
Cool.
I
I don't think about that.
Sharded. No, I didn't think about that. Yep. Probably.
Are you going to stop it?
No, I'm just making some plans.
Are you going to stop it? I'm asking each of you individually.
Ask Shamini first.
Somebody's already said no's.
Sorry, I was thinking that this. Everyone, look, I do what people tell me, and the general agrees, and the Oinoloths agree, and Mr. M agrees, and everyone. Isn't it nice when everyone just gets along?
Again, Paragon finding the silver lining in hell.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
The axe swings down.
Enjoy your new life. I like it.
Head flies off. Execution. It's fine.
What? Okay.
The head goes.
Ah.
The body collapses. As it does, and as the body hits the floor, there's a very faint sort of tinkling crash. And suddenly, just shards of crystal littering the floor around the body. There's a horrible grinding noise, briefly. Like something, like the whole world grinding its teeth. And nothing. That's where we're going to take our break.
Oh!
See you in 5 minutes. And we're back. Right. The general's dead body is lying on the floor in front of you.
Well, his body wouldn't be there, would it? Because he's gone back.
It is slowly fading away, the shards of crystal lying around it. Andreas' axe still in backswing.
Is there blood? Or ichor?
Ichor. There is ichor.
Paragon gives you a light round of this. Have we just done it? Hasn't Grace just done it? Well,
So,
Baphomet?
I'm going to go downstairs. If you would like to join me.
Well, I mean, I was going to go downstairs if you'd like to join me.
I would. Thank you for the invite.
Should we not clear up the crystal? There is always a. I would like to look around for a cupboard that might contain a stone brush. Maybe like under a sink or in a corner.
Can you roll me an investigation check, please? Tell me if it's a natural 20, you're going to have a great day. Advantage is allowable because you have friends with you.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, that was a natural one. That was a 5.
This is not a room with cupboards. You do not find a dustpan brush.
Now my shield.
Use my arm and start to sort of repairing a half guard. Okay, I would just help sometimes in that kind of sweet. The shards of the crystal on your skin, hey? Onto your body, hey? I've got hairy arms. Yes, but also like, you know, it was. Is it in? Can I?
We also have like books and things.
Investigation level 1. These look sharp. They might be pokey. Might poke it. So it'll be fine. I trust. I said I'd do it, child. I said I'd do it. I'm starting to do it.
Careful. He had a crystal and it grew in him.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Somebody must have touched cursed objects. Can I try and do it?
You can press the digits.
Oh, can I?
Yes, you can clean
Gusts of wind.
a small gust of wind.
Can I? Okay. I'm going to try and.
You can, the pieces tinkle as they start sort of moving across the floor onto your shield.
Well, yeah, just to see what I'm holding into it, like the concave.
As they all sort of coalesce and collect, and you're holding various small fragment shards of a very large crystal.
I didn't think this through.
You need to use that.
We need a bag.
Every time I reach in, I'll stab myself. Could put it in a water skin or something like.
Yes, a water skin. Excellent idea, Fluster.
I will just have to borrow someone else's if.
Yes, yours.
What?
You said you had a water skin.
Well, I was.
Do you not have one?
If they need water, they can borrow someone else's.
Oh. Yes, it's possible. You can share mine. I got a really big one because I get quite thirsty.
Keep the parts separate.
Keep the parts.
Oh. Can I check? Fine, but half in one water skin, half in the other. I'm like emptying mine out on the floor.
Cool.
It's a very good job that I require so much water on a daily basis.
You have got hot stomach, so I've got my jug. I'll be fine. A 19. I'm trying to figure out the magical dangerousness of these magical crystal shards.
Sure. They used to be an unholy artifact of incredible power. Maybe good not to touch them.
Okay, don't touch them. Half it was big about them being together and not being used. Or anything.
And half in.
No, the artifact is shattered. Anything that it could do at that point is done. However, they are still shards of an ancient crystal artifact. They probably have some latent properties.
It's sort of like a sort of curse love heart locket thing. You've got half, never shall the twain meet. Did I say something wrong?
I'm very sweet. Sorry, I'm still
kind of a bit in shock because I really didn't think you were just gonna. I didn't think his head was gonna come off that easily.
Thank you. I like it. I feel now is a pinnacle moment. Myself and Calvin are going to go downstairs. I do not feel that Baphomet and Moloch will allow their heads to part their shoulders so easily.
I don't necessarily need to kill Baphomet, just, what Ilmata said. Grab the braid and pull, and then run.
You can help with that. Quick question. As much as I don't want to get in the way of what people need to do, what happens about this city when it gets to Avernus? Because presumably it still feels like it's still moving.
It does.
The grinding wasn't this city grinding into a halt.
Nope.
It's still moving. It doesn't obviously now doesn't have a general on it, but I'm still not quite sure what happens when this appears in Avernus.
Probably lots of fighting, killing,
The usual.
Maybe we should tell them that they were fools. They start fighting each other and it stops going to Avernus.
We have 2 copies of the book now.
2 copies of the book. Now.
Really, or has one been taken?
No.
Check the book is still there.
It is still there.
So what would we do with 2 copies of the book?
We could give one to a demon lord and one to an
We have a
archer.
reading party. We all sit down. It's like a book club, and then after we've read it, we can discuss it and discuss the themes of how it's touched us personally in our lives.
It's just propaganda, isn't it?
Should we write really big on the front page? I mean, someone else will have to do the writing. You have been tricked. Kill Baphomet.
I'm going to check in with Mr. M, see if he has an opinion on this whole Jack Crawling City heading for Avernus thing. He might not mind. He might mind.
If we get into a trap, you are going to miss all of those, that magic.
I am. That's true. Now,
Okay.
I'll say the general's a warrior. Does he not? Was he not wearing anything, not even a weapon?
Magical blade now.
No, not a single weapon on him.
Can I investigate the body? I
Sure.
doubt I'm going to get much.
Investigation check.
What is happening here? That was a bad roll.
I'm going to check the room because I looked before but now I can actually touch and feel and check stuff.
11.
The body has melted into ichor and is just a patch where it used to be. The clothes are still there.
26.
26. It looks like a sort of stateroom, something similar. As you look around various edges, you do find nooks and alcoves with a bed. And there is a large window in one alcove that overlooks the entire city. This was his domain.
Did you find any stairs, Judah?
There is also a stairwell going. There's a big door with some stairs going down towards it, and then clearly stairs going beyond that one, heading down into the city.
So where we came through looks like a secret entrance.
Yes.
Kelvin, can you do anything that will get you out of the situation very quickly?
No.
I can if you need me to. You still have me if you need me.
Possibly.
That took a long time. Why did you take such a long time to answer me?
Someone was talking to me in my head.
Is there any point trying to... I know, maybe I've seemed overly suspicious of them, but scrying on carriers?
I cannot scry.
What was... Oh, wait, I thought...
I can scry, I can't scry today.
That's fine.
I was wondering if perhaps we could get in close unseen to Baphomet, take something and be gone.
Yeah.
we definitely want to take the braid and not just destroy the braid.
It must be broken.
We have to take it from Baphomet.
Can't just sort of disintegrate it or something.
Could one say, perhaps, disintegrate it?
You ask that what you want me to do?
No, I was just asking.
I can do one thing for you.
No, I want to know. No, when Purple disintegrates things.
Oh.
Calvin looks mad in this moment.
Yes, the braid must be removed or destroyed.
Apparently, one could disintegrate the braid. That would be good. Or two could disintegrate the braid. Multiple people here could disintegrate the braid.
Just want to keep all our options open. Definitely an option. I would try more once.
I'm not too worried about the disintegration. I'm more worried about the taking.
Well, we don't have to take if we disintegrate. Won't be anything left to take.
I'm not especially worried. I would like to meet Baphomet.
Oh, I love you.
You would like them to know that we're there before you do the disintegrating.
Yes.
I think that will make it much more difficult.
It is more polite, though.
I would like to be able to see, at least through a crack in the door, what is happening.
That seems.
There's a door right there.
Tactically, a reconnaissance would be wise. That's what this is in my book.
Once you have finished speaking and observing, let us know when you want us to get ready.
Yeah, I thought I was watching.
Okay.
Although I don't see how you're going to sneak up on a demon lord. Like literally sneak up on a demon lord back to here.
You're not that good.
No.
Well, ways to suddenly appear next to them.
And ways to suddenly disappear.
Sounds good. Do it.
I'm just going to go make a call.
Let's go. Steal something from a demon lord. I really don't want anyone else to die doing this though.
No, this is what I was trying to say. If anyone does not wish to try the spiriting away.
What do you say to Mordecai?
I say, hello. We decapitated the general and slash more crystal. We have a chance. The city still moves. Going to get perfect brain now. Thanks. Terrible.
There is a long pause. Right. At some point, you're going to have to tell me how you did that. Amazing. Well done. Brilliant. No.
Before we potentially leave this room, there's no like pockets in the clothing and stuff that's still there.
Can I start heading downstairs?
Sure, there's a massive door.
I walk through the door.
That's fine.
Oh, do you? Oh, cool. Ah, yeah, cool.
Cool. You open the door. In front of you is a roughly 150 foot by about 100 foot chamber. On one side of it sat are a bunch of very high ranking demons around a.
Roll stealth if that's okay.
Yeah, we.
I didn't.
Okay, I'm
Really, this has felt a little bit too easy.
Even though I can't be surprised, they've only got.
Oh, I'm surprised too. I'm looking forward to this. Right. You open the door. On one side is a collection of demons sat around a rather large, a humongous minotaur that is sort of perched at one side, sat on the floor, looking angrily, staring fucking daggers across the room. On the other side, a very large, classic-looking red devil without wings and a very large whip on his belt is staring daggers back at him, but forcing the side of sort of doing that thing of walking around
I
and
was
like,
expecting stairs.
yeah, stairs, door, stairs.
Downstairs.
No,
There's
straight
actually
ahead.
a door to go downstairs.
It does, and here's the hall.
We're like raised in hole, and the stairs are in
Yeah.
the hole.
Cool.
You have opened this door, and
Are we in the middle? Are we like, oh.
yeah,
Would you like to know what my stealth check was?
yes, please.
It was a natural 20.
Okay.
Would you like to know what Chloe's stealth check was?
What was most okay?
It was a natural one.
I mean, I walked out. I didn't roll stealth.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
can see Flutter. No one knows Flutter is there.
I got sense.
On what?
Stealth.
Stealth as well?
I'm just doing James Bond by the door, like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The two of you are behind either side of the door. Have you got a stealth check?
I'm not moved. No one can see me.
Great. So Keldon, Perigal, and open the door, walk in, and then from behind.
I take 2 steps towards the secret entrance.
Fine, no problem. From the hall, there's this looking. It's just people going.
Can I say to Martin,
Yeah.
please disintegrate it now, and then see what happens?
It's disintegrating cleric spell.
He said he could disintegrate it. He said he could. He was like,
Okay.
I trust him. He is my god. Never steered me wrong.
So you're not going to get a gate out of here, or something that might be useful to get the fuck away. You're just going to want to be able to disintegrate it.
Priorities. I could probably get there and get it and get
Tap
back.
them now.
That's what heroes do.
I don't want to risk any of your lives.
Yeah, and also
It's more important to me that none of you get
And
that
also
close to
like-
Baphomet.
very important.
There is a faint noise, just really quietly. This is sort of like someone's left a kettle on, and Baphomet suddenly just looks down, and a blood-soaked braid wrapped around his neck is just slowly disintegrating away. He just looks up at looks up at the three of you and just.
The general is dead, the crystal is destroyed, and the war is back on.
The blood war is back on! Negating my jokes, very obviously.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
With advantage,
With
please.
advantage, absolutely.
All the facial expressions I'm making are in character.
No, it's an action.
Oh god. Oh, just die.
Alright.
Oh, I'm motivated if we die now. We die of arrows.
Good.
16. 16.
I'll get the truth.
One of those was a 5.
That's only 3 more than just your persuasion modifiers.
There is a bellow of absolute rage.
That's free. Terrible.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Alright.
Can everyone please roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
This goes really far. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter what.
Everyone.
I mean, but it's demon lord.
No, there is a range and I know how far away you are.
Wisdom saving throw.
8. Good.
13.
13. Okay.
You know what?
17. All right.
You know what?
13.
13.
This
Okay.
is the one that's really good. No! Yes! Amazing! Oh, I gave you the chance. That's a 4.
Oh,
21.
I mean, how fucking fitting is that? The 5 of you are fucking terrified. You are all considered frightened. If you can see Baphomet, you cannot get any closer to him. And you have disadvantage on basically everything if you're with it, if he's in line of sight. Okay?
Is it the kind of spell where you roll again at your turn, like at the end of your turn, to save from it if you can't see them, that kind of thing?
No, it lasts a minute.
There's no way of breaking it.
Your actions, or do we need to do
1 second. You are all terrified. However, Keldon is not.
Oh no.
Boy. To be fair, nothing changed for me.
Yeah. Practically, that's true. As you watch, Baphomet takes 1 step towards you when an 8-headed whip cracks against his side, and Moloch has just stood up and just looking around goes, "Seize all of them," and just steps in towards Baphomet.
It was not gesturing towards them.
Seize all of them. Gesturing towards everyone.
Everyone else who isn't.
Yep.
I'd like to cast protection for April at some point.
It's not your turn. Would everyone like to roll initiative?
And just check, so it wasn't the taste spell that was cast on us.
No.
Yeah.
That's classic. Classic Kelvin.
Good.
That's a really high initiative. Mine is incredibly low.
It'll roll above 20.
Yes.
What are the two rolls?
21.
25 for Fluster. 21 for Perigol. Anything above 15?
Okay.
18 for Judah, it's local Judah. And 15 for you. Excellent. Anyone roll above a 10?
Okay, some 13.
13 for Andreas.
Is it 2?
2.
However, speaking of reaction,
It is, that is correct.
folks, I think it's time we leave.
Yep.
Through the secret entrance.
Oh, please, you don't say that out loud, do you?
You said it out loud, I was there.
Oh, no.
Said it quietly
You said it about
to our people,
Yes.
not to their people. Unlike the rest of the things I've said.
There are roughly 100 demons and devils in this room. They are going to start kicking the ever-loving shit out of each other. However, some are running towards you and the door. Fluster, what would you like to do?
This is the bat. I'm always like, ooh, I've rolled really good initiative. And I'm like, oh boy, that means I've got to decide what we're doing.
Being is a free action, and Calvin did just say what he said.
Yeah. Okay, we've got 3 magic users. Can you, out of, I can't remember how Misty Step works, you can't take anyone with you, can you? The Misty
You
Step.
can't miss the step, but
No.
you can with the. So, Pearl can't, but
You only have Misty Step.
no.
The damage you want.
Yeah.
Depending on I don't know how far we are. I can do 3 people in a bit. It'll take time.
Oh, I just don't have enough time for this, do I?
What would you like to do?
I would be thunderstepping with whoever is nearest to me.
You are standing by Andreas by the door. Judah is sort of halfway through the room, sidling towards the secret door. Perigol, Monsoon, and Keldon all stood at the door with demons and devils just pouring towards them.
I'm going to extend a hand to Andreas with like lightning crackling in it. I'm not gonna take you if you don't want to go.
Put on a flail. Take someone else. Start swinging a flail.
Boy.
Monsoon's right there.
Boy.
You're very close to everyone else.
Monsoon is the only other person who can take other people.
No.
I would like to roll an insight check on the sincerity of your owner.
I'm going to cast Shadow Blade.
Okay, you cast Shadow Blade.
And I'm going to hold. Oh, run.
Hold a dash. You are welcome to hold a dash. You get to move your movement on your turn. If you choose to move your movement. Yes.
I'm going first, and that's what I'm going to do.
Perigol, what would you like to do?
If everyone else starts.
Yes, that's totally fine as a trigger. Actually, at the end of your turn, Baphomet moves his full speed as a legendary action. He is charging towards the door. He hasn't reached it yet, but he is so big and so fast. He's outstripped the other demons and devils that are moving in that direction.
Perigol. You know what I said?
Yes! I'm backing up.
Yes.
Oh, what?
In spite of me laughing and fight.
Yes!
Now might be time for your special move.
Oh, right! I'm glad you said that. Jeez.
Can't believe I remember it.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, alright, special move. I'm gonna water force. So yeah, there's a door hall, so the whole sort of
Yep.
doory wall area.
Okay.
Then I'm going to run away.
You start to run. The wall, I mean, it's invisible, but you start to run, and you can get 60 feet, which gets you about halfway across the room that you're in towards the secret door. 30. 30. Oh, you can't dance. Yes, you're moving through. It's going to take you quite a long time. It's a big room, but you are running the fuck away. You sort of run up to where Judah is basically, and now you're both moving towards the secret door. Apparently. That is fine. At the
By some heavy trumpet.
Of course, totally fine. That's absolutely fine. Right, at the end of Peregrine's turn, Moloch is also going to run towards the door. Moloch will, I'm not going to roll all of these fully because it just takes forever. But Moloch, instead of using the whip again, just dives full bore into Baphomet and shoves him out of the way, and is sort of now pushing and charging towards the door and just trying to get there to find out what the fuck's going on. The other demons and devils are laying into the Some are going with their bosses in the direction of the door. Some are trying to stop each other. It's carnage, as you can see it through the wall of force. Absolute carnage in there. Judah, what would you like to do?
So we've got the wall force. It's obvious that people are moving back in at this point, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I am going to move again, and bonus action dash down the.
You get to the secret door. It is still open, and you sidle inside, and I'm starting to make your way down the stairs.
Okay. My foremost thoughts of this, even though I try to leave it on good terms with Carrion, is they may still try and do something as we're exiting. So I'm just being aware that they might be around.
Fair. What do you want to do? You're still standing by the door with Calvin. Perigel is just starting to, because Carson is running, and you're just seeing that happen.
Yeah. From like general estimations, I'm aware that this may be difficult.
Yes.
Like the cabin where we made the hut. How far away is that as the crow flies?
As the crow flies, it's across the room and straight down.
Is it within 500 feet?
No.
Okay. In that
You
case,
could use damage to get yourself quite a long way down the stairs. I'd allow that because you just pass through it and you can.
yes. That's what I'm thinking. Who am I closest to?
Kelvin is still with you. Andreas and Fluster are nearby. The other two have started running.
So Kelda's closest to me, and these folks have started running. Oh no,
Monsoon and Andreas are still standing by the door, waiting to attack if necessary.
sorry, you said Monsoon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fluster and Andreas are standing by the door, waiting to attack if necessary.
Right, okay. And I won't have necessarily seen that wall of force has gone up.
You're standing in front of it in Paracaster style using Paracaster force. That's
okay, I
totally
was
fine.
there to see that.
Yes.
The disadvantage is only in like attack rolls.
Disadvantage when frightened is on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of fear is in line of sight, which for you, that's the list.
Yeah, is there anything I have to do because of fear?
No.
Okay.
It's not fear, it's not a spell fear.
No, but because of being frightened.
Frightened, the only thing about frightened, you can't willingly get closer to the source of your fear, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. That's it. That's all that frightened means.
Okay. Right, it's time to be sensible. Who wants to get up fastest? I can take myself on someone else. Let me know that I can take people. I can come back and I can take more people.
I can run quite quickly.
I can't run that fast.
Take out.
I can potentially put something here that will slow them down more.
You can hold the spell until it finishes casting. Isabel.
I will go. Perigel, you're amazing. You're inspired, and I'm readying Dimension Door.
Cast on you and Keldon. Once Keldon has cast whatever spell he is casting.
Yes.
Good. That is your turn. Andreas, what would you like to do?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Zephyr Strike.
Yes.
Oh, chestnut.
Yes.
Hang on, is that
If you poke your head around the door, she's got a very definite scar here, and she's currently smashing in the face with Bulgar. Because I hate fighting.
If I cast a Zephyr Strike,
Yes.
which increases my walking speed by 30 feet,
You can move 60 feet around, yes.
would that then mean I could dash 60 or would dash just be 30?
The
Dash doubles your movement.
dash doubles your movement, so it'd be 120.
Nice.
I'm going to do that.
Righto. Andreas suddenly, like the wind,
Nice.
you run past Perigal and manage to get through the secret door and heading towards the stairs as
Could I,
well.
just as I pass Karen, say, that demon was really scary.
This is what character development looks like.
Kelvin, what are you doing?
I'm going to summon a guardian of faith on the other side of the wall of 4.
Does it look like a master?
Yes,
Like
it's
the
like
white
the white minotaur. So it will deal 60 damage before it is.
And it can't be attacked, it's just a force, and it just does 20 points of damage until it gets to the range of it, yes.
Up to 60, right?
It's a dex saving throw.
Dex saving. Cool. No, thank you. As you cast this pearlescent, almost minotaur appears before the door standing in front of you, at which point
I kind of reach out a hand,
Mhm.
grab it, you fucking did it! And then dimension door like as far as possible.
you dimension door to roughly halfway down the stairs. As you're going, you can hear steps above you as Andreas, like the wind, is running down the stairs. You do decide to run down the
I'll
stairs.
run a further 30 feet.
Fine, no problem at all.
Who's still there?
You.
Perigal's gone.
Yep.
Okay, I was waiting for everyone to start running.
Yes, that's correct.
That's my held action, so
Yes.
I will take my action dash.
Cool.
I'm going to save my feline bullshit until I can do a full one.
As you run, Baphomet uses another legendary action, runs towards the wall, bounces off the wall. Dex saving throw?
Yeah.
Does not take damage from the glowing minotaur, but realizes something is there. At which point Moloch uses a legendary action, realizing something is in the way, and teleports in front of you. Into the room, gigantic face standing there in front of you.
Where exactly? So with
In the
Doorway.
well, no,
Yes.
there,
Secret bottom. And
He
I
is-
would also need to make a dex saving throw to move within 10 feet of the guardian of faith.
teleport. Literally just doesn't move through it. Doesn't.
If you move within 10 feet of it.
It didn't. Baphomet came out.
Okay.
But he is now standing near you, not between you and the door, but near you and is teleported in. And who the fuck are you exactly?
And flutter of fucking wings and spit at his feet.
Nice. That was both legendary actions. Good. It is the top of your turn, Foster. What do you want to do?
How near is near?
He is within 10 feet of you.
Does it look like he's got really long arms?
Yep. And his whip is very long.
As I spit at his feet, it's like a globule of electric energy.
What's the range of that stuff?
90 foot.
So you can see.
Oh goodness me! What's happening on my thing? Oh,
What have
God.
you done?
gee, oh, goodness! What's happening? Sorry.
Sorry, ignore it.
Okay. First step is see. Yes. See.
You can see the secret door. You can teleport to it, and then you still have movement.
Okay, I will do that. Can the Archdevil make a Constitution saving throw?
Plus 13.
Yes.
That's a 19.
On the dice.
Yeah. No. It's a 19 total. I rolled a 6.
Well, that's higher than. That's higher.
Does he take half damage?
Yes, as far as I recall.
And he is not immune to thunder damage. You have made a friend.
I always do this. I always hit the biggest thing in the room. And I would never. 11, 10, 21. So it's 10 points of thunder damage, which is
There is-
nothing. He probably doesn't notice.
No, there is a roar of pain. It is very like, but you are now by the door. And you just go out through the secret door.
And I'm just gonna fucking go. And now I will use my feline agility
Totally fine.
to run faster. So I will go an extra 60 foot, I think. I will need to double check that.
Cool.
Yeah, 60 foot downstairs.
We are out of initiative.
So I had one go, and you said I moved halfway across the room. Yeah, but then you damaged and drove the rest. No, I didn't. No.
Oh, you didn't? Well, then you're. In which case, you're still in the room. My
No,
apologies.
sorry, in which case I would have done something very different. Yeah, sorry, I should have said
No, that's my apologies. I missed that. That's my apologies. I missed
sorry. Like,
that. Right.
yeah.
You can thunder step with another person, yes?
Yes, you've done that with me before.
So you can grab Harry and go.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
If sorry.
No, that's
I would-
totally fine. And with thunder step, you can take someone with you. So you can still do exactly the same thing, but you just go, look, Perigel. Take it.
Yeah, I still somehow
That is totally fine. You both are now pegging it down the stairs, and we're out of initiative. From behind you, the sounds of combat, shouting, screaming, all sorts, is echoing down the stairwell as you all peg it down the stairs as fast as you can, making your way down. What is everyone doing as you do this? Are you using your entire action to run as fast as you can? Is everyone got any other clever ideas?
I'm trying to visualize where we go actually get down to the bottom.
I'm going to send into Mahadi
Okay.
and ask. Mahadi, you got us into this mess. We're in the Crawling City. We need a get out card now, right hooking now.
we need to stop the Crawling City as well, don't we? Yeah. It did that.
Yeah, so we want to go back to Avernus and then find that the Crawling City is also just now in Avernus, right?
Yeah, but you said that the city.
I checked in with Chris, the city has not stopped moving.
City's still moving.
That's good. But I think it's more that the city was going to turn up as a unified army and attack Avernus, whereas now it's
just going to be a huge fight of like demon lords and which is just going to kind of spread out everywhere and still do a ton of damage, right?
Yeah.
Like the rest of the level.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I don't get politics.
I really feel like we did our part and Dionysus can sort out the rest of this mess without us.
Does no one feel like everything was too easy? I think it's quite scary, actually.
No, I think that was really hard.
It's close.
Really hard.
Seriously, if you get within 30 feet of those demon lords with legendary actions, you wouldn't have got away.
Hey, I've still got 2 beats of force.
I lost about 10 years off of my life.
Well, appeared for the both of you, as it turns out. My
I was busy running, I wasn't.
That was so easy.
Did you see it, Martin?
Yes, it was very good, Kelvin. You are a hero. I'm a hero. Perigel is a hero. We're all heroes. It is brilliant. We'll go to the pits for a fight tonight. Yes.
As you keep running, you get to the bottom of the stairs. As you get to the bottom of the stairs, the cave's in front of you, and you can get out of the city if you want to.
Let me check for invisible people.
Are there any invisible people? No. And I'm force hammering it.
Okay. Carry on also might put a show in.
They're not here.
they haven't so far.
You step out of the city. The city is now very, very close to this deep, black, dark hole in front of you that you know leads to Avernus.
So wait, do we just...
Start running towards it.
So the image is these Sprinting towards the hole.
Well, this entire city just keeps moving forward towards the hole. Yes.
I thought I was just gonna hang on for. I thought you were saying I didn't want to go.
Is that where it's going?
I thought why not going? Wait, how are they running faster than the city? Or
Yes.
it's well slow.
City is slow.
The city is very slow. I believe this person is not Perigal.
Show me.
I need to go because if Andreas gets hurt, oh, fuck, I jump off as well.
There's no jumping. It's running to then jump. Are you all running to then jump?
Oh, it's deeper. It's a lot.
But I'm
it's
just jumping off the city.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a
no,
city.
it's not the city. Yes, yes, yes.
You don't have it. You have not still got a disintegrate on you for I don't know.
From the city
Could that
itself.
be,
Go on.
do you think disintegrate could be amplified if it was cast on something where something with like immense magical power was, and maybe it would cause an explosion or something?
Do it.
You know, magic more than me.
One sec. Okay, one sec. Right.
We do some hazarding this shit. Are we doing some hazarding this shit? If we are, I'm okay with it.
I would also quite like to get rid of at least half of the really dangerous dark magical object that's on us.
How do you like to define an object as an entire city?
Crystal.
Yeah, I'm basically holding a
No,
water,
it's not the dark crystal.
I'm holding a water skin in my hand, and I haven't yet jumped off. I'm just like, I could just, and if you just,
Can I? So I did already arcana check it.
Yeah.
And I thought some latent power is not the same as will
Much
explode explosion that conveniently just
You know
cross
what?
city. But
You know
can
what?
I,
You know what?
Yeah.
It's going to massively explode if you disintegrate it.
okay, just let me get out of the way.
let's fucking.
Okay,
Wait, do we not need to? We can explode the tunnel.
We need to go through the tunnel.
We need to explode the portal.
Oh, D&D. What's coming on now?
staircase.
In front of you, okay. In front of you is a large black hole in the ground. Huge, big enough for a city. Let's call it the portal. You are in a tunnel that leads to a stairway.
But Chris, we could just call them all the sanctuary.
That's a home game joke. What is everyone doing? Andreas is already running towards the door.
Monsoon is very much pointing just at the space that we've come out of from inside the city.
Yes.
I thought you were. Yeah.
Yeah, kaboom, kaboom, let's try it.
I mean, it will literally go off line of sight.
As in run away. As in
As
don't
in,
hear it.
the moment that you shoot it, the disintegrator will explode.
Yes.
Everyone get as far away as possible. Perigal, you stay with me, right? Okay. I would like to get as far away as possible too. I'll get as far away as possible the moment you do that spell.
I cast enhance ability at third level on both of you with Bear's Endurance, which gives you both 7 temporary hit points.
How many?
7.
So you running as well?
Yeah.
You run, you two are still there. Who else you?
Running.
Running.
I do the rest.
I can't. Well, I would fly rather than jump off the thing, but at the moment I'm just running with everyone else.
You also have advantage on Constitution checks, just so you're aware.
What do you do?
Sensible plan, right? Being sensible.
Fire in the hole!
I would ask nothing else of you. I put the other one in your hand. You will come back to me. Please. And I trust Monsoon.
Don't do it until I say, okay? Okay. And I just want to, like, so that it's not out of sight in the thing, just kind of skid across the floor a little bit.
Yep.
And as far as we can physically get away on foot with it still being in line of sight. And then, and only then, I'm readying Dimension Door.
The trigger being when?
The trigger being, like, you casting it with me going, go. Was that you going, go? No, that's just you telling them. I just say go. Okay, at the moment now, I'm going to say go. Okay, not and that is into it, okay? But not until I say go.
The four of you are just... Andreas was ahead. You're outstripped by the two rows pretty fucking quickly.
Are you flying by now?
Yeah, No,
I
I'm
think
still running. I'm still running side with everybody else.
Okay.
And you are running towards the spawn head. Kelvin is the slowest because you were quite far behind because you cast a spell. So you're catching up behind while everyone else is running forward. Andreas, you two are going to be the first to hit the portal, and it's just a big black hole in the ground. If you didn't know better, you'd say it was one of those massive holes that just falls down into nowhere and you'd be lost forever.
Oh my god. Let's do disintegrate.
It goes to that the city is still crawling forward. From the stairwell, you do hear a couple of demonic and infernal shouts.
Shit. We kind of like, we're a little bit far away.
Yeah.
Kind of start, go! Is my magic word that I say. As a thin beam of green light blasts out the end of my staff.
And as the thing being of green light blasts up and starts to impact, as you two stop on the edge of this chasm, suddenly Monsoon and Peril appear in the air, running just into nowhere. If there could be a Wilhelm scream, there would be a Wilhelm scream.
I extend a hand out to Judah, like on times.
Yeah.
And Andreas,
I'm waiting for Calvin.
you are. You still got second strike. You're still very fast.
No, it's only one.
It's only one round.
Yeah.
Oh wow, brilliant. So you reach the edge, everyone else is jumping off. Kelvin's running up behind as there is a very loud bang. The city, there's a sort of gout of greenish flame that sort of bursts out the side where this tunnel was. And there's a sort of general, like really horrible low rumbling noise. The city just stops. And as it does, a lot of the towers start to just fall in on themselves. And there's a sort of big little cloud of dust billowing out as Kelvin comes running up towards you. What do you two do?
Calvin, my friend. I must be such heroes!
Always forward.
And you both leap into the portal as behind you the crawling city starts to collapse in on itself. As you
Like Kelvin running like just fine. Yeah, like almost like another pyroclastic flow is starting to
The camera angle is never directly in front of you.
as you all fall for quite a long time. There is a faint pop. Can everyone please make me a dexterity saving throw? Judah, you can choose not to make this if you unfurl your fucking.
Oh yeah, no, I was. The second we were falling, yeah, I was flying.
Brilliant.
Don't forget you've got inspiration if you need to.
You do. Dex save, did you say?
Dex save, please. Yes. We got
5.
14.
26.
Yes.
Natural 20, which is like 27.
Yes.
5.
So,
Always downwards!
there's the faint. I want you to imagine the blasted plains of Avernus that you all know relatively well. Faint pop. A bugbear just face plants into the ground while the tiefling just sort of greasily skates it out. That's followed by the perfect cat landing. Just perfect cat landing, no damage taken, no nothing. There's a wonderful, sort of beautiful shot of Judah full punts flying out and around when suddenly two gigantic armored figures bash into each other themselves, all of you, as you all land in a heap. In Avernus.
Oh, it's going to require so much hammering. Oh,
Those of you that fell took 6 points of damage.
Get to the spa.
You are in the middle of Avernus.
The city destroyed itself. Well done. You did the thing. It totally crumbled in on itself. It's great to watch.
You are incredible. I stand up and shout to this guy. Just like rugby tackle hug around the middle of it and drop you to the ground. I'm very small.
I think that
Is there any wine left in that thing?
There is so. Are you sure you don't want mayonnaise? No. There's so much wine in this. And like I'll get out like little things and there's like 2 gallons of wine. I'm pretty sure it can make. So just whoever wants wine.
I'm so greasy. You're so greasy.
Oh no, I'm so greasy.
I finally prestidigitate myself non-greasy.
Yeah. Can you give me some of that speak because this is
I prestidigitate you to make you more greasy.
with olive oil instead of grease.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's going to come in handy in the pit later.
I recover my composure and drink wine elegantly.
What would you all like to do?
Wine.
Celebrate.
Elegantly.
You are in the middle of the blasted plains of Avernus. This is not a safe place.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems fun.
As a ranger who's used to this area and terrain, etc., do I know roughly which way our shrubbery
Roll me a survival check. You add extra proficiency, I think, don't you?
double my
There we go. Roll me a survival check, please.
Is anyone pointing or anything?
Yeah. I will aid.
You
can also have guiding.
Natural 20. I just not what, Kevin? Oh, yes.
You know where you are. You are, middle of fucking nowhere. But you can reach the Wandering Emporium in a couple of hours' walk if you just aim your card straight. It hasn't moved from the last place it was, which it could have done. And if it does, you'll be able to find the tracks as well. So.
Back in the nice bit of hell.
This bit of hell is still horrible.
I love it.
I'd like to give Foster a hug.
Okay.
Big hug.
Try it.
It was sensible. It was a sensible plan.
Fucking worked, didn't it? Lots of small parts.
Yeah. Right.
Some very tall parts.
And we still went forward, we just turned around first.
I really thought there were going to be some more stairs.
You sure just fucking went in there, did you?
Hang on. Did someone here just save the rest of their race from future curses from a nasty demon lord?
I don't know.
I think that's what it was, didn't it?
How do I know?
I don't know. You've got to find some baby minotaurs.
I guess we'll have to. Maybe in like 4 years' time, we'll know.
New ones, not the current ones. We can't just find the current ones.
You know what? I'm going to go home and then figure it out from there.
I don't know. I think you need to wait for 4 years. I think you just did it.
No, but then I need a new 4-year plan.
Always forward.
Can everyone still have a passive perception?
Minus 20.
20.
19.
Am I still here?
20s and 19.
20s and 90s. 20s and 90s.
That's not all of us.
Something in the sky is falling towards you.
Fucking infernal blade.
It looks like a sort of rotating cylinder.
Maybe just stand what is the TARDIS back.
It comes flying down, and as it gets close to the ground, it slows down and lands. It's a tower.
I mean, hello?
The tower has a balcony on the top level, and a door opens, and a figure with a small black goatee, a clean-shaven head, and you recognise Mr. M, of course, steps out and... Are you?
She is, yes.
Oh, all right. Hang on, I'll come down. If this was the cartoon, there is no doors. There is no door to this tower. One kind of just walks out with all of you.
Let me introduce. Okay, so these are my friends. I'm friends now. This is Andreas. Andreas is giant Doris.
Probably
He's very, very.
Yes, the pit fighter.
This is Flutter of Wings.
Hello.
This is Monsoon. This is Judah. This is Kelvin. And you've probably heard of me as well.
Kelvin is the hero of the Minotaur.
Kelvin.
Sorry, I can't say that I have.
I just wanted to see if it worked. They're more my friends. We're the heroes. And it's wonderful. We did the thing.
Very cool.
Yes.
What has happened?
Right. Sorry. Yes.
Someone's getting a pay rise.
I don't. Do I get paid? I don't get paid. What has happened? From when do you want the report? I can write it all down. If you give me a deadline and a word count, I will have it.
Very cool.
Yes.
You sent me a message saying that you defeated the general of Gehenna.
Andreas.
It was a team effort.
We did, yes.
And have you stopped the invasion as well?
Maybe. Temporarily, a little bit. I'm pretty sure that was you had a very big part to play in that. Well, yeah, there's still
Yes.
there's still a portal anywhere. There was a portal that led here, you see, and there are a lot of very angry devils and demons on the other side of it.
You
So
destroyed the city.
I did a little bit destroyed the city.
You destroyed the cow.
Okay, and I disintegrated the shards, and then I didn't see anything else besides the black hole. But apparently it
You
was
cast disintegrate spell on the shards of what?
the heart of darkness. Sorry, I sent a message saying we had them, and then I destroyed them. I didn't realize that.
No, it's an interesting usage. So fun, fascinating. Just sorry, it's rare to meet people who've done something quite so momentous. It's
Open him a visor.
I'm very impressed with all of you. That's remarkable. Right. Well, very good. If you're ready, let's be off.
What?
Right, looks like the mission was completed. Well done, everyone. We've got places to go.
Where?
Do we have this place to go right now?
Yes. There's 1,000 other things happening around the multiverse.
Yes, but surely there's time for a quick spa day. First.
I like
The
spas.
balance doesn't take spa days.
Yes, it does.
Surely it's got to take spa days for all the days it's not taking spa days, otherwise where's the balance, right?
Also, we could not possibly dispense with her. She is part of the team.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she provides balance.
No, I understand. Is that what you want?
Well, see, these are my friends, you see, and
Yes.
we're all friends, and you know, friends stick together.
Sometimes, yes, I understand.
If people wanted to stick together, I don't know, but when people obviously have things to do, so I wouldn't want to impose on anyone, but if there were any sticking together that were just simply sort of happening in a sort of hanging out type of way, yes.
turns around. Comes back out. Give it like this one. What is it? It's just like a book to you.
Can't really read that well. I open it.
Hello. What's your name?
I'm Andreas Doris, the giant of Giuseppe. You may have heard of me.
Hello, Andreas. Would you like to learn how to read?
Sure.
This is an A. It's a book that literally teaches you how to read by talking.
That's like one step above what I was imagining because I thought it was just going to be a pop-up book. To an apple.
Yeah.
I can have a book of derelict magics. I do wait. Oh, look. It smells nice.
And it.
Do you want it? I was going to share some stories, but you needed it.
What do you mean?
I was going to tell some stories.
Yes, I can help with that. Yes, biggest library in all of existence. Splendid. Right, no problem.
Right. We'll hang out and then I'll drop by and whenever need saving next,
Very good.
Yes.
If you need me, just give me a call.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
Could I, before you depart in your very impressive magic flying tower, could I just ask, what is it you do exactly?
The balance. I maintain the balance.
You preside over a pair of weighing scales.
In effect, yes.
It's a circus act.
Some would say the same. The universe has to be kept in balance.
Very important.
So if there are too many shiny hero knights, then you kill some, and if there are too many nasty demons, you kill some of them, or that sort of thing.
Not far. Anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. I have work to do. I look forward to welcoming you back when you're ready, Pericle, but that could be years from now. When you're ready.
I haven't met my friends for years, who knows?
That's what friends are for. I wish some of mine were still alive to share this with me. Anyway. Well done, everyone. Remarkable work, and I'll look after this.
Tell us stories.
Oh, I've already promised to write them. I have many. Turns back to tower. Sort of, there's a strange rotating spinning out and out. It's almost like a computer glitch.
That was really cool.
I did tell you he was quite nice.
Just bring the mood down a little bit, though. Talk about dead friends.
That's my point.
I thought it'd be better.
It's true, it was shorter than Andreas.
Sometimes if you are very short, you get to take a tower around with you, so people.
You taught me the word
Station.
condensation, like the water on the windows.
Exactly. No, wait, what?
Are you heading towards the wandering point? Lovely. As you all make your way across.
Together.
Heroes, one and all, you have cocktails made named after you. I killed a general, you destroyed a city. We're friends. We're friends too, and heroes. Don't worry, Caleb, we're still friends as well. Yes, that's it.
You can have multiple friends.
Yes.
I pulled an arm out.
I just can't that man.
Start skipping.
What soon? We're off. Ah, it's a good day. It was a good day to die. It's a better day to live.
Is there anything I would like to do before we wind up this session?
Is there time for like a 24-word message? 2 24-word messages.
Yes.
Cool. I would like to cast sending.
Yes.
I might have to roll to see if it gets through. I'd like to cast it on my dad.
Roll me the 100.
So, dark purple is the first one. That is a 74.
Cool. What do you want to say?
Hi, Dad. Sorry, this is overdue. Hopefully, visiting soon. Hope you and Pat and Val, do I have 9 left?
Yes.
But good. Might bring friends. Maybe. Love to.
Why, love? God, it's been ages. How's it going? Where are you? I get the weirdest little things turning up with money. No little impy things. What?
So me again.
Roll me into 100.
God damn it. That's a 90. I'll explain when I see you. I'm good. Lots of stories. Soon.
Oh, real. Can't wait. Can't wait. I only got the end of the last one because I said when you come in and you didn't answer that. So, you know what? Just arrive whenever.
45?
Mhm.
Hey! I think I actually did it. Also saw Baphomet. Didn't die. Nobody died, actually. Think I'm coming home. See you soon. Love you.
That is a big message to get while on the toilet. Awesome. Can't wait. I'm near Everesca right now, but we'll work it out, I guess. Same plane and all that. Love you too. Any more for any more before we wrap?
Let us go and see Mahadi, that devil.
Wait, what?
And that's the good. Lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. Brilliant stuff. Great. Thank you everyone for joining us for tonight. If you enjoyed it, we'll be playing next Monday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Is it GMT now? It is GMT.
Yeah.
GMT. And that will be the last one of it for that house. But we'll probably be back next year, so stay tuned with a new campaign. We also have a live D&D show on the first Tuesday of every month at the Rosary Branch Theatre in London. It's called Undergods. It's DM'd by Chloe. We also run another show called Mixtape on the last Wednesday of every month, which is streamed at twitch.tv/Aventures, where we play different RPGs, not just D&D. If you want to support us in what we do in a different way, you can do so on Patreon. Just search for Adventures Wanted on there. Being a patron gets you access to homebrews from our D&D games, access to exclusive live streams, a chance to vote on what we play in our mixtape shows, and a free ticket to each month's Undergods if you are in London. That's just a taster though. We have loads of other rewards, so you can check it out there to see everything you can get. And we're on social media as Adventurers Wanted, basically everywhere apart from Twitter. We're Adventurers 250 to commemorate the first show we did, which was 250 hours long. There we go. Right, everyone, it's been lovely. We'll have a wave goodbye. We'll see you next week one last time. Bye.